Welcome to KIllco. My name is Brian, as it says right over there. Today, since last stream, I did something where I tried a variety of scotches that I pretty much didn't like much. I'm doing something for myself to make myself feel better about what I had to endure, because as much as I do like scotch in general, it seems that there are plenty of them out there that I don't like as much. So we're doing a whole list of bourbons tonight that I'm going to pour and hopefully not lose track of. Barn door, good evening. Welcome to an excuse to drink whiskey, as I like to call it. Or howdy whiskey for this one in particular. Now the problem is, since I used all that glassware on Friday's stream and I haven't cleaned them all, I don't have quite as many clean glasses as I want that are different. Like, I don't have ones with different logos on them. So I have no label, and then I have drink more bourbon, and then I have no label and drink more bourbon. So hopefully I'm not going to mix these up. Now these are, one of these I haven't had in quite a while. I have a little Woodford Reserve sample. I don't remember what that tastes like. I assume I like it because I do remember buying a bottle once upon a time, but I don't know. So that's going to be a reminder for me. We have an Evan Williams Schrample. This is the black label, which is 43%. So 43%, this is 45. Hold on. 45.2. That's number 2. And number 3 is going to be some of my Eagle Rare here, which is almost gone. I think this is 45. And then we'll slam it down with, of course, my personal favorite and many other people's favorite, Wild Turkey 101 at the end. This is mostly just a comparison for me to kind of figure out why I like these, and also just to drink a whole bunch of bourbon. Nice. It's classy. Super classy. I would do that at some point. I've been known to put like ice cream in cups and stuff. So on to the pouring of all the whiskeys. How is everyone tonight? I hope you are well. I hope you are all drinking something. It doesn't really matter what you're drinking out of either, because the whole point of drinking whiskey is to drink whatever you want, however you like, and that's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't be a snob. That's fairly important. And that's kind of a Whiskey Tribe thing. That's not just me. It's not just me. I like to think it's a Whiskey Tube thing. JJ, good evening. Ooh, off to a tasting. Lucky. I'm doing my own little tasting, apparently. Ooh. And since it's bourbon night, and since I kind of obliterated myself with scotches last time, and I also, because I have these samples, or these minis that I've already reviewed. I've actually reviewed Woodford and Evan Williams a while ago. These are decent pours too. How much is in these? Tiny print. I can't tell. This has got to be at least 50 milliliters. What's 50 milliliters? An ounce and a half? I don't know. I should know, but I don't know. It's 2. And those are full pours as far as I can tell. I mean, yeah. So we're drinking a lot tonight. We are not going to get schlammered because I try not to do that. And this is some Eagle Rare. Whoop, oh, God. That's probably more than I wanted. I'm going to pour only a little bit of the Wild Turkey 101 because that is 101 proof. It will get you messed up, especially if you already have a bunch of pours. I don't know how other whiskey tubers do this with any kind of sanity. Damn it. I was talking and pouring, so I wasn't paying attention. I'm no good at pouring and talking. I'm probably going to mix all these together at the end just for the fun. But for the most part, this is just my treat for myself because of last Friday, where I had a bunch of scotches I didn't like. And honestly, I still don't know what to do with all those scotches. It's a bit weird because of the 1.7 ounces. Thank you, Barn Door. I figured it was 1.5 ounces or something like that. Not two, but not unsubstantial, I guess. Well, let's do the whole nosing thing. I still get to figure out what kind of whiskey tube streams I should be doing, but this is so far just a good way for me to have a lot of drinks. I did have enough to eat today, I think, but I may have to eat more later. It's funny. I don't mind the Evan Williams bottle and bond, but for whatever reason, the lower proof on the black label, I don't like it as much. There's this weird something about the smell that bothers me. Oh my gosh, look who it is. Hot buttered rolls. Welcome. I've given myself an excuse to pour a bunch of whiskeys. That's the theme of the evening, because last Friday I had a bunch of scotches that were not good. On purpose, they were not good. I picked ones I didn't like. Okay. The other reason I'm doing this is because I find it most difficult to get severe differences from bourbons, because for most of my videos, you'll see me saying the typical words like, was it caramel? Was it caramel, brown sugar, spice, wood notes? Those kind of blend together for me. No, I would agree. It's strange. It's just the proof, really. But even with the, I have a big bottle of it, like this. But look how much of I have still. And I've had this longer than I've had the Wild Turkey. I feel like the black label is more of a mixer, basically. And welcome, Wheels. Hello. Welcome to the show, if you want to call it that. I guess we should call it that. We'll call it that. Now, initially on the smell, I'm familiar with the Evan Williams Black Label, and I'm trying to figure out what it is I don't like about it. I want to say there's a sour note or some kind of, maybe it's a barrel thing. Ugh. What I've had most difficult about all this is just, in general, pulling out the notes. That's why I prefer to do, well, I don't prefer, but I certainly like doing streams, but I feel like there's a lot of just me doing this and not saying anything, which feels weird. I don't know how entertaining that is, but then again, I watch a lot of streams too, so it's entertaining enough. I also say sweet a lot. Bourbons are always sweet, so I seem to like sweet drinks, I suppose, or sweet whiskeys. I was anticipating even doing this one over here. No, not that. That. You said water. Souring hay. Makes me think of a barn. Oh. Weird. It's so weird, and I would agree. What was happening early on in the days of me doing this is I was getting, instead of getting distinct notes of any sort, I'd have weird memories. Oftentimes it was stuff, and this is mostly for scotches, I'd get these, you know, in the forest when it's just rain kind of thing. I don't get that for bourbons, but for bourbons, as Hot Butter Rolls was saying, like souring hay, that immediately brought me to being around a horse stables or a barn or something like that. And I can kind of get that in this initial, the Evan Williams Black. Why, I don't know, other than it smelling sweet. What's weird is when I'm thinking of charcoal, and I don't know if that's what I'm smelling, but whenever I think of charcoal, I don't think of the actual barrels. I think of actual physical charcoal that you use to write on stuff. for whatever reason. All right. Ooh. This one's sweeter. This one's a standard bourbon to me. And this is the tiny little Woodford Reserve. Yeah, this one smells just sweet and lovely. I want to drink it immediately. There's nothing off-put it, but it's also not very aggressive and not very powerful. I would definitely give this to someone as an introductory bourbon rather than the Evan Williams Black, which I feel has become more of a thing I would use for mixers or mixed drinks instead. But that's me. I almost decided to pour some MGP because it's Texas MGP. The last bit of Eleanor I have is very different. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I've been to a horse/farm area a good amount not long ago. What's bothering me is whenever I have clean glassware, I swear I can smell the fact that they're clean. I don't know if that's good or bad. Ugh. I'm almost forgetting what I'm actually... Okay, that's Eagle Rare. This one actually has fruit notes to it, which is why I like it. There you go. At least we all have the familiarity of being around hay, at the least. One thing I found difficult is getting the idea of corn. You'd think that would be easy, because everyone's had corn. Everyone's eaten corn. Well, most people have. But when I think about the taste of it, my brain just shuts off. It's like, it's corn. I think of popcorn instead of actual corn. So when I think of just like corn on the cob or something, I kind of get a distinct sort of a sweetness thing, but it's not a very solid memory. It's not something I can pick up and be like, yes, this smells and tastes like corn. Exactly. My brain just doesn't work that way. And for the record, but that song is still stuck in my head. What are you doing New Year's Eve? In case anyone's wondering, that's where my brain is. I actually just use the dishwasher, and usually it's fine. Like most of the time, I don't really notice. But occasionally, I'll be like, wait a minute. What's that? And then it's gone, usually. And it's not like they were clean today. They were clean a little while ago. Like 2 days ago. So I feel like it's just my imagination, but I'm never certain. And it could be I'm just getting something out of the actual whiskey itself, and I just equate it to the smell of cleaning stuff, dishwasher detergent or something. Freaking me out. Ew. It's gross. I know that can happen, though. Oh. Oh, yeah, Borndar, I definitely know that. If nothing else, one of the few things I've learned over this whiskey tube life is the abundance of different varieties of corn, and I blame that mostly on, is it iron root? I want to say iron root. Why do I want to say iron root? I also want to say gingers, so I hope that's them. But again, not a great memory. Now, the real question is, why do I like the 101 smell more? Is it just because it's a higher proof, or is it because it smells like a certain sweetness I like more? God dang. I haven't drank any of these yet, and my mouth is like, drink one of them, you fool. Do it. This one's the one that reminds me most of brown sugar, I think. Or at least cookies or something. Cookies. I shouldn't be thinking about that. Random Instagram thing, away with thee. The Licorice Boys, yes. It was one of the Whiskey Vault episodes I watched where they went and described just a small portion of different types of corn and how little they use to actually get different flavors out of the whiskey. I think there's one called Bloody Butcher corn. I can remember that. Don't know why. I don't know what it tastes like. But I know it's something that exists out there. Still sick in my head after like 5 days. Oh. I got fruit notes out of this one now. No, this is the one I said was fruity. This is the Eagle Rare. I get these weird fruit notes out of it. Don't know exactly what, but it's part of why I like it. Ow. I have yet to try mellow corn. That's on the list. Because I don't write anything down. It's all on my phone. Or the app I use, which some people who watch these videos should be aware of. It's something I'm tempted to use now so I can get a general idea of what I'm getting here. Because as I've said, although I seem to preference bourbons, at least lately, I always get a little confused about why I like them more than other things. Like, why do I like them more than Irish right now? Why do I like it more than Scotch right now? Even though I was considering having peated Scotches today, but I didn't because I just had Scotches on Friday. And let's be clear, it's bourbon night. If you don't know what that means, you'll figure it out, I'm sure. Also drink more bourbon. That's happening later. Most people know that, but I don't know who watches these streams later. That's the important part. Let's see my mic. Oh, Mike. Oh, I really wish that song would get out of my head. It's only when I start doing something too. Once I have to focus on doing something, my brain's like, "Hey, remember that song that's been stuck in your head for 4 days?" Ah, you do. All right, let's get into the tasting of these. Also, what is everyone else drinking? If I didn't ask that already, I feel like I did, but I don't remember. Let me know. I like to know other people are drinking with me because then I don't feel like an alcoholic, as they say. Especially when I have 4 drinks here, which is quite a bit. I'm worried about that a little. But here's the truth. If you want to know the truth, the reason I find myself leaning towards bourbons more nowadays, tariffs. Scotches and Irish, they all cost more suddenly. Well, not suddenly, but over the recent years, the prices of those products have gone up and up. And bourbon's local, so costs less. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, Barndo, you did say you were drinking a old-fashioned out of a coffee cup? I love it. This is what I'm going to do for the next 2 hours. Just sniff them all and never drink one. I'm not going to do that. What I'm finding most interesting is this one, sort of, the Woodford Reserve, because I haven't had it in so long. It's kind of nice to come back to. Like I said, I haven't had it in probably a year. I remember I had 2 of these samples, and this was the other one. I figured since I'm not going to review it, since I've already done that, I will just pour it out tonight and see what I think about it. Jimmy Red Corn. What? Why did I think of a song there all of a sudden? Jimmy Crack Corn and I don't care. What is that? I have no idea. Well, that too, Born. It is delicious. But I know there are plenty of Scotches I find delicious, and there are plenty of Irish I find delicious. And there are some Japanese I find delicious, which is kind of, in my brain, just the in-between of Scotch and Irish is somehow Japanese decided to just take a little info from both and call it Japanese, pretty much. Although I know there are some Japanese whiskeys that are actually from Japan. There are different rules in Japan. Gets a little weird. Let's not get into it. It's complicated. Yep. Oh, I should, for my own record, again, one of the reasons I do streams / videos is kind of a self history of sorts, I guess. So when I'm, 50 years old or 60 or whatever, however far I actually make it, I have the ability to look back on these and be like, oh yes, I remember when I was 40, the year of 2021. I remember. I won't remember. That's the problem. But I will say I started taking new medication recently, lamotrigine. Not really excited about it, but and as I think I've said in plenty of my videos, because of the mental illness, it's great, and I've been fighting it for over 10 years. Whiskey helps in the fact that it gives me something to focus on and not, just fall into a deep, horrible depression. Although I've done that plenty, especially last year. Not so much this year, but we're only on day 10, and well, check your history books, I suppose, because that'll be a thing. You don't know what I'm talking about. It's fine. Don't think about it. I think about it way too much. Richie Z, welcome. Hello. How are you? What you drinking? Are you sober? Snow day in Texas. MWND. Tell me what that means, because I don't know. I feel like I should know, but I don't. Although I do want to say Mund. Mund. I still have the New Year's Eve song stuck in my head. This is torture. If anyone else wants to get the song stuck in their head that's been in my head for the past 5 days, I can help you with that. Whoa, hi. Open this in a different tab and listen to it later, because it won't go away for me, and I don't know why. Yeah, oh gosh. Oh, there we go. Midwinter's Night's Dram. That's right. I felt like I should know that, because Midwinter's Night Dram is there. Midwinter's Night. That bottle I like. I like a lot. There you go. Open that up in a separate tab and get it stuck in your head for 5-6 days, whatever. And it came out in 2011. That was quite a while ago. There you go. That could be fun. If you're wondering, another song decided to pop into my head. It's because we're talking about corn or wheat or wood or something. That is a song from Oklahoma. Yeah. With the fringe on top. Yep, okay. Ugh. Barndora, I would assume Midwinter Night's Dram comes out in late autumn, early winter. I only hear about it just before Christmas, so I assume that's when it comes out. I know Hot Butter Rolls knows a lot more about that than I do, so he can always answer. He knows things. I just drink whiskey on stream and hope that people show up so I don't feel like I'm alone. Both true and also funny-ish. Not really. Maybe. We'll see. All right. It kind of reminds me of Four Roses single barrels. I always see those in the autumn. And now that I'm actually looking to buy one, I forgot to do the thing. Here's the thing. Do the thing. There we go. I was thinking of buying a Four Roses single barrel bottle, which is like $50, I think. But when I went to look for one at the store I usually go to, they're all gone. And I usually only see them at the end of autumn/winter times is when it usually pops out. And that was because of Fred Minnick. He was talking about stuff about Four Roses, maybe getting bought out sometime. I don't know. The joys of watching other streams and getting random information and not being able to remember things. All right, I'll drink one. All right. We'll drink this one first. Evan Williams. Yeah. I really need to figure out what that smell is. We were talking about that weird hay thing. I don't know if that's it. It feels like it's almost a sour something or other. Whatever it is, I don't like it. My brain is telling me that it seems like the smell of some kind of fire that was put out with water, like the next day, that kind of smell. So it's a wet charcoal thing. Which I guess, I mean, when you put whiskey in the barrel, it is technically getting the charcoal wet. That's a bizarre thought, but yep. Evan Williams is, or at least the black is kind of woodish or oakish, I guess, to me. The bottled and bond more so. This is only a little. It's kind of like a faint memory of it. Because the proof is lower, I guess. It's not bad. I still like it, but it's not one I would often pour into a Glencairn. It is something I would use to make a mixed drink of some sort. Maybe. Yes. Yes. It's a lovely little ditty. And there are much better versions of it. That was just the one that I know of that I watched over and over again, trying to get it out of my head. And it doesn't want to get out of there at all. I think the one that is most recent, not most recent, the one that is well known was, wow, my brain. Hold on. Where does it go here? What's her name? What's your name? Oh, where'd that come from? There we go. I don't even have to look. Just typing it properly. Oops, I wasn't. The mic's in the way of my keyboard, by the way. Ella Fitzgerald. There we go. Gosh. She has done a version of that song that I would probably say is better than those two, although that one's very sweet. Sorry, there's one thing I should not do is have Twitter up while I'm streaming. Away. I want to see it, whatever it is. What is the opinion of Woodford for some of you? I know it's the one thing I like seeing about it is that it's 45% and not just your standard 40. There's a signature on here. Who is this? Well, I can't. Master Distiller. What is that, Chris Morris? It's nice handwriting. I can't read it because my glasses don't want to focus very well. Lovely stuff. Gosh, whose name is this? Let's see if I can. Hold on. Science me. Work. Do the thing, as they say. And there it is. Does that say Chris Morris? Maybe. Maybe some of you actually know who is the distiller at Woodford Reserve, but I don't. Lovely sweet dram. Oh, it's actually good smelling. I'm wondering if I should buy more Woodford Reserve, if I can find it. But comparing it to the Eagle Rare, I don't get the fruit notes off it now. That's weird. Okay, that's fine. Ooh. I got a cherry note off of that one, which is usually something I get off of Maker's Mark, I think. And grape. What the heck? I thought that was a bad thing. Maybe not. stung a little going down. What the heck? Chris Morris. Thank you, Richie. Do the thing for the thing. If anyone's wondering what do the thing is, I'm making a reference to, what is it? Not The Last Airbender. Why am I thinking of that? The other one, Legend of Korra. There we go. If you haven't watched that, go watch them both. They're great. There's some crazy guy at like the second or third season who was always like, do the thing. Glorious. It's only funny if you know that, though. It's not so funny if I just say do the thing all the time. I'm trying to remember the name of his assistant, too, because that's who I always said. And yes, I did watch the entire series over last year, unsurprisingly. That one does have for notes. Kind of. They're all bourbons. Ooh. Mm. The really part of me wants to see someone go absolutely batshit crazy with reviews, like just completely bonkers. And I know Rex and Daniel have done this from the Whiskey Tribe, but where they put like stuff up Daniel's nose and kind of had him try to smell it. But I can actually picture someone putting straws in their nose and trying to suck the whiskey through their nose. I don't know why. I don't know why that image is coming to my brain. Probably because I'm trying to get some smells off this. But it's funny. In my head, anyway. I don't know how funny it is. Yeah. I definitely like Eagle Rare. But do I like it as much or more than Woodford? Ooh. Eagle Rare has a nice finish. I wish I could tell you exactly what kind of finish it has, but it's good. I like. It's my official review. It's good. I like. Let's go. Let's do the thing with the thing. I'm not making any sense anymore if I'm just saying do the thing with the thing. Nothing makes sense. Whizzky App, tell me the things I wish to know because I can't remember stuff. Tell me the things. This makes it so much easier for me to keep the notes on the computer here. Hold on. Ah. Oh. Woo boy, that would do it. That would do it. Drink responsibly, kids. People. Humans. Drink responsibly, humans. Don't do that. That's not safe. I've told this, not the story, but I've mentioned on streams many times that my aversion to hard liquor is because I used to drink a lot of 100 proof SoCo. And by SoCo, I mean Southern Comfort when I was younger. College years, we'll say. I have never been able to drink Southern Comfort since. I don't even like the smell of it. The smell of it just makes me... This repulses me completely. It's awful. One of those few notes I never want to get out of anything is the smell of Southern Comfort. Just immediately my nose curls up and my toes curl and I just everything just goes a little bonkers. Not healthy. There we go. We're getting notes for Evan Williams Black Label since I can't do things in my brain. What? An extensive nose profile here. Many more words than I was thinking of. But it's like a lot of the oh, there it is. Well, I've said that before, but not like that. So for the nose profile of Evan Williams Black, so says this whiskey app that I use. It's got most of the basic notes, as you especially get with bourbons. We have vanilla, caramel, musty, corn, toffee, jam, pencils, pralines, candy, and brown sugar on the nose profile here. I can get the mustiness, but that's something I equate to scotches. So it's not, I don't get musty out of bourbons very often. But I am wondering what the heck that weird kind of, as I've been calling it, the wet charcoal smell, I guess, is the best I can pull out of my head. Ah, from the days of Boy Scouts when you had to put out a fire. Oh, Will. Welcome to the show. What are you drinking? Or have a drink. Have a drink. It's fine. The flavor profile in the Evan Williams is pretty and it's all the stuff you'd expect. Toffee, caramel, oak, cinnamon, brown sugar. I don't remember the last time I've had toffee. That's something that's bothered me. In fact, I don't remember the last time I've had most of these things. Like, I don't go chugging down cinnamon, but I know when I think of cinnamon, I think of like Big Red Gum or something like that. It's intense. But I also think of cinnamon lattes. Not that I drink those very often. Occasionally. Once a year, maybe. Maker's Mark. Where? Give it. Oh, you're drinking that. Oh, good. Sounds good to me. That's another option I was thinking of getting recently. It was either Four Roses single barrel, Maker's Mark cask strength, or 101, depending. Or I know I haven't actually tried the Maker's Mark 46 yet. I've heard good things. And again, I was able to do a Maker. Was it Makers? I did some kind of review that had Makers involved not long ago, and it was a stream much like this one, where I was kind of going over stuff. Just to go over stuff, honestly. As I'm learning just along with everyone else here. That's the general idea for this nonsense. Finish profile on the Evan Williams Black Label, supposedly. Spicy sweet diesel fumes. That's not something you want in your whiskey, I don't think. Oak, pralines again, caramel, cinnamon, nutty, honey, vanilla, and toffee. Many a whiskey tuber has said nutty, and I have yet to actually pinpoint that. Because whenever I think of the word nutty, I think of peanut butter. And I know what peanut butter smells like, but I don't get it in anything so far. At best, I think I've gotten like almonds, and even that's pretty obscure. All right, we have 2 for 46 here. I did get to try the 101 a little while ago. I got a sample sent to me, and it was good. But I found that I think I compared the Maker's Mark, the 101, and the cask strength, and then something else. I think. Again, we're going off a memory that's probably it's last year technically, so it wasn't that long ago. But now I'm thinking about it. Damn it. Hold on. I think I did a stream that was a Maker's Mark thing. That's bothering me because I don't remember. Checking the files on the internets. Very exciting, I know. But we're going back to, oh gosh, that's right. I did December stuff. So not only did I do, okay, there's a blind flight. Was it after the blind flight? Many review Maker's Mark, no. I can't keep track. To be honest, I'm at that point where I've made enough videos where I don't even know what the hell I'm doing anymore. Because there's that many. And yes, that song is still stuck in my head. It's frustrating. Frustrating when you know you did something and you don't remember when or what. Ooh, really? It took me 2 months to finish off my 1792 bottle that was donated. That shouldn't be surprising. That was really good. It's gone. It's all gone now. Dusty peanut shell on Beam. I almost used a Beam tonight. I have a little. Where'd it go? Hello. There it is. A little Jim Beam bottle. And I almost did that, but again, we're going on 4 whiskeys right here within the course of 2 hours. And now I'm scared because I poured a significant amount. We have at least 1.5 ounces in each of these. which is equivalent to 4 drinks in 2 hours. Not a good idea. Don't do that. All right, I'm getting lost in my head here. And will it be any good? First blind flight, which is Buffalo Trace. A 200 subscriber celebration. I don't know what the hell I did for that. Also, we're up to 230 subscribers now, so that's cool. Like, comment, and subscribe and stuff. Somehow channels grow. I don't know how, but they do. But I know there are about 1 million different YouTube channels that'll tell you how to do it because they know best. I don't even know. Again, my YouTube channel is very complicated. It's a nice way to put it. I'm not trying to send a lot of information out there. I just assume people who come here already know enough about whiskey. Has anyone had the green label for Evan Williams? I've had this discussion before on here. Or at least I might have done this when I looked this up before. Which supposedly is less than the black label. Is that how I understand it? Oh, no, Richard, believe me. I haven't gone anyone in a year. No, that's not true. First, it's Sunday, so everything's closing early. Second, there's a pandemic going on still, so I don't really want to go anywhere. If I did go somewhere, it'd be the liquor store, and I think they close just like soon. And I'm not about to go there with a bunch of alcohol in my breath. That's not a good idea. Even if it's a mile away, it's only. Wait, hold on. That away. Yeah, Evan Williams is a fine bourbon, but it's not something I'd pour just to sip on, unless I wasn't thinking about it at all. This Woodford Reserve is very friendly for 45%. I like it. I feel like I should get a bottle of it now, but again, I don't need more whiskey. You know why I say that? Because I only have that much room. I still have a lot of bottles to get rid of. Not because I don't want to try more whiskeys. I definitely want to try all the whiskeys, to be clear. That's the other reason I do this, is so I have a catalog of whiskeys I have tried and what I thought. That's key at the time. As many of you know, there is something about whiskey that can be said for the experience and the moment. I think of a specific one is if you have, we'll be as basic as possible and think about like a bottle of Jack Daniels, except you're having it at your friend's wedding or something. Big celebration. You really had a good time. You're enjoying yourself. You're drinking some whiskey. You'll kind of equate that with Jack Daniels for a while. In my head, unfortunately, I equate it to the death of one of my aunts because she was like 90 something and she was still having pours of Jack Daniels every like Christmas, every holiday we had. That was fun. I feel bad that I never got to share a dram with her because that was before I got into whiskey in any way, shape, or form. But that's why I don't drink Jack Daniels that often, at least not the regular, because I always equate that memory with her, which isn't a bad thing. It's just kind of a sad memory as opposed to having a whole bunch of drinks of it at a wedding or something. There are a lot of different Woodford Reserves. Son of a gun. What is this? Just Woodford Reserve, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Straight. What does straight mean, children? Tell me, because I always forget. That 2 years? I feel like it's 2 years. No. Blasted, blasted, blacken, blacken, fraggin, blacken. So there are a lot of different Woodford Reserves I'm finding. I just want the basic Woodford Reserve, but it's got a number of them here. Distillers Select, Double Oak, Masters Collection, Distiller Select Rye, Kentucky Derby. What the flipping heck? Double oak single barrel, classic malt. Just the Woodford Reserve. Just regular old boring everyday Woodford Reserve. Something you buy all the time. The heck? I'm not amused. It makes it very hard to actually just pick out the regular one. Whatever. Let's try this. That looks close enough. But it's got the basic nose profile for the community here. Rah! What's funny is I'm only getting... You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to cap these. Whoops. So they're changing while I'm trying to figure them out. That's beautiful. Still get fruit notes off the Eagle Rare. Don't get as much of that on here. Kind of, but not really. This being the Woodford Reserve. That is lovely. I feel like I should have Woodford Reserve around. Or at least some variant of it. I'm reading stuff and I'm getting these things in my head now. The official nose, heavy with rich dried fruits, hints of mint and oranges, covered with a dusting of cocoa, faint vanilla and tobacco spice. It's on the nose. Huh. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, I would. Yeah. And this is just Woodford Reserve, whatever this is. It's good. I like it, but you're right. With the finish is kind of going away. And their official finish notes here kind of hint towards that in their own little way. Silky smooth, almost creamy at first, with a long, warm, satisfying tail. That doesn't really mean anything. It just means it's there and gone, kind of. I do like it. Let's see about the Eagle Rare here. Yeah, I like that. More fruit notes. More wood. Spice, definitely. And it does have a finish, unlike the Woodford Reserve, which is just lovely and pleh. Ah. I've wondered that too, because I've never actually seen grain label anywhere. I've just seen the only two I've seen is well, no, I've seen more than two. I've seen the Evan Williams black, Evan Williams bottled and bond white label, and then I've seen this 1790 something. They have a different bottling of it, but I'm forgetting what it is. I want to say 1792. That could be just something else I'm thinking of. Possibly the bottle I finished off, which is not even near me anymore. I used to have it near me. Evan Williams, Baba de Shabba. Hold on. Need to know. Brain no worky. Evan Williams. 1783. Oh, okay. I was close. I was very close. Cripes. Yeah. 1783 is the other one I've seen and I've sampled before. We're talking probably over a year ago. Almost 2 years now. Ugh. Maybe. I really don't know what they're talking about with that. That's just like those weird catchphrases kind of thing. I'm trying to think of a good example where it's, they said something, but they didn't really mean anything. Those are always fun. I do find those in some of these whiskey review things. The taste of the Woodford that it's telling me, not me, this is just what they're saying. The official taste. It's official. Rich, chewy, rounded and smooth, with complex citrus, cinnamon, and cocoa, toffee, caramel, chocolate, and spice. Notes abound. I don't know how a whiskey can be chewy. That's an interesting word to throw in there. Rounded and smooth. Those are two words that don't mean a lot, other than the smooth being less aggressive as far as alcohol. I wouldn't say it's complicated, though. Yep, hello. My watch likes to go off at 10 minutes of to remind me I should be walking around. Joys with the Fitbit. Ah. Well, I certainly like it. I would say it does have a little citrus and cinnamon. Cocoa might be a stretch. I don't know. All in all, this is a lovely excuse to have a whole bunch of whiskey. Now, the question is, what is my Wild Turkey 101 going to be like after trying to sample these three? Mostly been going past the Evan Williams, the Woodford, and Eagle Rare. Just because they're all around the same proof. And I know as soon as I sip on the Wild Turkey 101, everything's going to be screwed up, kind of. Not smelling much off of this. And there's that weird clean glassware smell. And again, that could just be the alcohol content. But not something I normally notice when I'm doing this. It's lovely. Drying out my tongue more than I thought it would, though. Oh, and it's spicy at the end. Oh, this feels good. Yeah. I definitely still like higher proofs, unsurprisingly. I want to look up the Wild Turkey 101 notes now. I could do Eagle Rare, but I know I like Eagle Rare, and I've done a review of it already. As with most of these, but these first two were kind of older. Don't remember as well. That's... Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. They have some of the old decanters for Wild Turkey on here. They are creepy looking. One of them's talking to an eagle for some reason. That's strange. Cool. That's the usual. This is why I have such a hard time with bourbons, because every time I look at them, I see the words caramel, oak, cinnamon, pepper, vanilla, spicy, new wood. That's kind of like the generalization of every bourbon experience I have. Trying to differentiate them all is the hardest thing, because it's just sweet, lovely juice to me most of the time. I'm trying very hard to pick out what's different about each one. Other than, like, with the Eagle Rare specifically, I get these fruit notes out of it. Unlike these two and the Wild Turkey. The Wild Turkey is very spicy. to me. Other people might not think so. But no. It's all the same. Hints of nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves. That doesn't help me. Whatever. It's fine. I know I like Wild Turkey, and I blame its bourbon night for that, mostly because that's their fault. Not even bothered to try it. What I'm trying to remember is what I was trying early on. And I'll try one more time to say try, because I'm trying to say it a lot for no reason. No wonder. I would have to actually look back on my videos to see what some of the earliest bourbons I tried officially were, because I don't remember. I will assume... I'm trying to think of some of my early bourbons, because I don't remember what really led me into the path of bourbons, other than when I started watching It's Bourbon Night, and they started recommending things, and they were very keen on Wild Turkey 101, and that was when I kind of was like, all right, that's in my price range. I'll try that. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. What I'm going to do next, though, of course, is I'm going to start mixing these together because I'm a madman. And I've also made it so I have to clean on my Glencairns again. I don't know why I'm so keen on the Woodford Reserve. Like, there's no part in my brain that's saying you like it especially for this. It's just, it smells nice. I like it. That's it. Up by Rolls, you got to help me someday. You got to do some kind of tasting thing so I can get some better idea what the hell's going on in my brain. Not that my brain works very well, to be clear. Another reason I put these on video or film or whatever this is, digitize myself so I can remember what I said at the time. I got a chocolate note off this one, the Woodford. I don't know if it's because I read that earlier and now it just popped into my head while I'm smelling it, but I also have been doing over the past 2 months the Texas whiskey thing. What the hell is, oh, it's over there. 24 days of Texas whiskey. So I've equated chocolate and Texas whiskeys quite well in my head now. Not that you can tell what the whiskey is like when it's covered in chocolate, but it's very nice. I enjoyed it twice, thankfully, because one was a gift. Oh, it's better. Ancient age, or ancient age. I assume you just mean ancient age because I've heard that before. JG, cheers. Sláinte and all that. Whoa. Clicking the wrong things. But no, I haven't seen one around me. The store I go to usually has pretty much a standard selection of stuff, and they've got a good selection of bourbons. I'm assuming that's a bourbon. Or at least I think I remember it's a bourbon. But I have yet to see it in my area. Hang on. It's the one thing I like about this app / website is I can actually just look at things up. And it's also how I keep track of whiskeys I want to try. Again, they're not giving me money to say any of this. I just find it convenient. That's a hardcore label right there. That's old school. Well, whatever it is, it's cheap, supposedly. $12.50, supposedly. Ancient age. Okay, so it is ancient. That's pretty damn old. Ancient age, 10-star bourbon. 10 stars. That's the one that popped up. It's a little more expensive, supposedly. Kentucky straight bourbon, 45%. Fancy old school looking label. Seriously old school. But no, I don't think I've ever seen that bottle. But if I did, I would assume it would be in the bottom shelf kind of area, just by the look of it. They got these kind of old fonts, like Gaudi-ish, something like that. It looks like something from, when monks were doing stuff and writing stuff down. They had this very elaborate script at the start. Here's a fun noise. Not that anyone heard that except me. Ow. I don't know if I like more complicated bourbons or just I like ones that have more of a finish. Something. But the Eagle Rare is lovely. As far as just a drink that kind of clings a little after you sip it. And I know there are a lot of people out there who talk up the Eagle Rare quite a bit. I also know that people can't get it all the time, where I can, thankfully. But I also know people talk up stuff like Blanton's a lot. Blanton's and Weller. And those are things I can't really comment on, except the Blanton's. I've tried the samples, and I thought, yeah, this is good, but it's not for the prices I've seen out there good. The last time I saw a Blanton's, it was for $100. It was just sitting on the shelf with other Blanton's. And I was thinking to myself, no, it should be $60 or less. Yeah, medieval font, Richie. Medieval. No, I've never seen, well, I can't say I've never seen it, but not to my recollection. It feels like something would stick out a little if I did notice it at all. But lately, you have to keep in mind, I haven't really been bottle hunting or meandering down the aisles at liquor stores as much as I used to because, well, 2020 was a year, we'll say. And I haven't really found any good reason to go out other than to get something I like. That's been the latest. Go and buy what I know I like, which is part of kind of I think the curse of being a whiskey person is eventually you start just kind of defaulting to things, especially if you know you enjoy it. Like I know Hot Buttery Rolls is a big fan of MGP, but I think they have a lot of different kind of varieties of that kind of stuff out there. And I think the only MGP product I have that I'm aware of is the Eleanor, which is just MGP that was in a barrel a little while in Texas. That's it. And the Eagle Rare is very reliable. It was the one that won the blind flight that I was talking about that I did a while ago, 2 months ago, maybe, we'll say. Do I really know if it's 2 months? No. Do I think it is? Yes. All right. We haven't learned much about these whiskeys other than that they can be found on the Whizzky app. Yes. Labels. The song's still stuck in my head. All right. So, since I like the Eagle Rare and the Woodford so much, I'm going to blend them together. I know, madness, pure insanity, but here we go. I guess I should do that on the screen or else people can call me a liar. Also, that's a fair amount of whiskey right there. Yeah. Saw nothing. It was dripping down the side, and I couldn't have that. It's not allowed. Hot Buttery Rolls has got the curse of the emails. And that's why I'd be worried to ever do any kind of giveaway. It's because I would have to deal with emails and addresses and shipping and responsibility and worrying about getting people's stuff and feeling bad if I didn't. And I don't want to, especially not right now with the current climate and the shipping industry being as wonky as it is right now. You can still get stuff to people, but holy moly, it is nerve-wracking, to say the least. All right, mixy mix. Mixy mix. That was a weird thing to get in my head all of a sudden. Oh gosh, now I need to know what that is. Bed knobs and broomsticks. Laguna, Samora, Tregora, Sadie's D, something like that. God dang it. That's going to bother me until I remember. And for the record, I don't usually say God dang it. I say much worse. But we're on the internet. And people want to... This is a family-friendly show. No, it isn't. I normally swear quite a bit in my real life. I don't know what this is. This is not reality. This is fiction. No. The joy of my mental health is that if I get something stuck in my head, I need an answer instantly. Substitutory locomotion. Traguna McCordy's Tracorum Satis D. Just so we're clear, that's what I had in my mind there. Tricunum accordes, Tricordum statisti. That is a spell by which, if you haven't watched Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, I suggest you do because it's really good, but it's also a children's movie from when I was a child. Keep that in mind. Hakuna Matata, exactly. Now that song's in my head. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. Means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem free. A philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. No, I don't say fudge or dang or heck. Shoot. Gosh darn it. Gee Willikers. Aw shoot. Yeah, quite a bit. I don't smell much of anything now that I mixed these together. Before I was getting kind of a fruit note off the Eagle Rare. It doesn't take much, JG, believe me. It just takes like the slightest thing to just send me off on the rails. I don't know how I keep track of anything. I don't know how I'm an adult. I'm not a very good one. I'm just easily distracted and mostly confused. But I have plenty of whiskey, so that's nice. No, that wasn't a good idea. It was not a bad idea. But I kind of flattened it out a little. The Woodford and the Eagle Rare, I think they're kind of butting heads somehow. And instead of actually doing anything interesting, it just kind of went, it's a bourbon. Flat. It just immediately teeters out. A little spicy, a little citrus, and that's gone. Cheers. Cheech, welcome. Welcome. Oh. Took a big sip. Yowza. All right. Now what we're going to do to try to fix this whiskey that we've mixed together is we're going to add the Royal Turkey 101, because I'm sure adding a high proof to lower proofs and mixing it together will do interesting things, if nothing else. It has to help. It's definitely not going to do anything bad. On the camera. Oh gosh, that's loud. Sorry. And this, the other reason I do this, for the record, is so I can see exactly how much I'm actually pouring myself. And if you'll note, we're getting in this dangerous zone right here. We're past the danger zone. Danger zone. Oh God. The Hot Buddy rolls, familiar faces. It's like we all happen to watch all the same channels. How weird is that? I don't know if I like this or not. One, that's a hell of a lot of whiskey. I don't know how I'm going to drink all this. It's probably going to take a very long time tonight. Huh. No, it didn't work. It's not any more interesting and not spicy or anything. You'd think those would go well together. They don't. I wish it were that easy, where you could just say, hey, these bourbons are all bourbons I like. Let's mix them together and see what happens. And instead of doing anything good, it just kind of, each one beats the other one to a pulp, kind of. At least initially. I don't know what to fix that. No. Darn, no. We don't have 99 bananas It doesn't exist here anymore. Long gone. Yes, it should. And I haven't even finished. I was just mixing the ones I like together. Still smells like bourbon. All I haven't done is add to the Evan Williams, which is, again, that's like 1.5 ounces there. Here we go. Oh, wow, that's wrong. What? I'm definitely not drinking all of that tonight. That is mistakes will happen. And also heavy-handed pours. Because I had control over the second two drinks, the Eagle Rare and the Wild Turkey 101, but I was not paying attention as well as I should have been. Yes, it did. It's now its own little thing. It's got its own universe now. Things are happening. Oop. Oh, there you go. It's hard to do. It really is. I've been doing the Whiskey Tube thing for a while, and I don't have 1,000 subscribers, and that's a problem because that's how you get more views. And then I have no idea what my view count is at, but I'm sure it's fairly low. Because you need more people to subscribe, so more people watch, so more people share, so more people are interested. I don't know. I don't understand it. Oh, that's wrong. We have now filled up the bulb part of the Glencairn. Oh. Doesn't smell bad. Although I have a feeling since I completely obliterated the bulb part that I'm not going to smell much of anything. It's a little spicier now, but that's about it. Brownies. My question is, if I just let that sit overnight, which I might do, at least for some of it, because that's a lot. Freaking, what will it be like when it settles? I did just pour 4 bourbons together into one glass, and it's not pleased with that, probably. It didn't do anything that is, unpleasant, but again, that's a lot of whiskey. That is at least 4 ounces, probably more. Even with what little I've sipped over the past hour. True. I haven't done a co-stream in a while. The only ones I did in recent memory were on Whiskey Crusaders, and I was on Eric Waite's channel briefly like a year ago, but I was not in a good headspace there. I'm still not in the best headspace just because, and that was before his channel blew up like crazy. I don't officially, but I do have this thing, which you can just, hold on. Yeah, you can just see off to the side here. It's like a whiskey flask kind of thing almost, but it's got a pretty good seal. So, how the hell do I get this off? We're learning. I'm learning that I don't know how to open this, which is a good thing I didn't bother to put anything in here, I guess. There we go. So yeah, I have this one, which I've thought about using because it's got an actual solid seal of some sort. I put that on there and then push this down and then plank. Instantly sealed. Airtight, if you will. Hang on. It's from Italy. That's obscure. But it also has this weird little indent in the back, too. It almost feels like it was a hip flask of some sort. Maybe. I know she's doing stuff right now, and I'd have to ask her. I'd feel weird. It's like, hello, young lady. I'm a 40-year-old man, and I'd like to be on your stream about whiskey stuff, things. Sounds good, right? How many subscribers do you have? Well, enough. To be clear, I have more subscribers than I ever thought I would. So there's that. But YouTube is the one making the rules here, not me. It's telling me if you want to actually make money and give us a cut of your profits, get 1,000. In my brain, I'm like, I don't even know 1,000 people, man. I don't remember the last time I was around 1,000 people. What the hell? You could always suggest it to her. I just feel weird emailing her and being like, hey, how you doing? What's up? I'm that random guy you talk to occasionally during other people's streams, and I have a channel. And she did amazing stuff, though. I don't know how the hell she got 2,000. She's at 2,000 now subscribers, just like that. But she's putting in the research and the effort and the informational videos. Where me, it's kind of like, hi, I'm gonna drink a thing now. It's good. See you next time. Actually, that's the extent of my video expertise. I'm trying this. It tastes good. I don't like it. Maybe I do. Whoa. Yeah. It's a thing. My problem is I don't want to appear disingenuous. And even with my reviews, I feel kind of weird about it. But it's usually just one take. So it's pretty much I start the camera, do the thing, and then edit, in between stuff. So, the moments where I'm just doing this for a long time, no one wants to watch me just sniff whiskey for an extended period of time. But I don't know. Do eat Richie Z. She might listen to you. It's an idea. But again, I know she's doing, I don't know if she's moving or I know she was in Mexico and something's going on. I haven't kept track, to be perfectly clear. I know she usually does stuff on Saturdays, and I don't think I saw her doing anything Saturday. So, as I like to say. I don't know what to do with this whiskey now. I poured it all together, and it's intimidating. Other than pouring it in here, but that'll make it go to there. Maybe there. Because of how wide this thing is. I think Roy was talking about infinity bottles earlier tonight. Oh, there we go. Visiting family in the state. Yes. I knew she was not in her normal place, but I wasn't certain why. Because unfortunately I'm not a Patreon or anything, because I have a few patrons that I frequent right now, and the horrible truth is technically I shouldn't even do that, but as I've mentioned before, and as you can see below, this thing saying KIllco runs on your support is absolutely true, because I haven't had a job in 10 years. I hate saying that. I hate even pointing out the PayPal thing, because you feel like such a blah, especially when you haven't worked for as long as I have, because mental health. That's a fun topic. That's the topic everyone wants to hear about. No, it isn't. Although I know Stanley and I have talked pretty openly about it, usually. And he was on Hot Butter Rolls thing last night, I think. I fell asleep, and I forget things when I sleep, so I'm thinking about it, Richard, because I definitely can't drink all this. Part of me is like, yeah, I'll drink it. No, I'm not. No. I want to be able to walk to bed. I want to get from here to my bed later. And if I drink all that, I will not do so. That is far too much whiskey. Mostly because, again, these both had 1.7 ounces. I think that's what we came up with. And then I was a little heavy-handed by accident on the Eagle Rare and the Wild Turkey 101, when I should not have been. I do have a thing I can pour it in there. Hold on. Where is it? Here it is. I have one of these, which I think I got with this. This is a rare and unknown thing that people can't get anymore, I think. The Whiskey Tribe juice box. And of course, you'll notice over here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other vials or hip flasks, which I never use. Stanley is good. Yeah, he's the one who sent me all the stuff I reviewed over December. So I owe him big. It kept me occupied. May have been a little rough because as terrible it is to say out loud, it takes a lot for me to do one specific thing every day. He's good people. He sent me free whiskey. I mean, how can I not like him? He also sent me a bunch of candy, most of which I've eaten, but I still have some left because I don't like eating candy that often because no one wants to gain weight. And I've gained some weight over the past 5 months. And I would like to not do that, but that also requires some degree of effort. And I don't always have that energy / motivation / ability to do so. Like normal people, I don't know how they function. I don't know how people get up in the morning, go to work, and then come back and then do other things and then go to sleep. That sounds like a lot to me because for me, it's like wake up, spend about an hour or two thinking about how I should be getting out of bed. Mostly staring at my phone. It's not good. It's bad. It's very bad. I know, like, it sounds nice, but it isn't. It's nice when you get to relax in a way that you want to. It's not so nice when you just aren't able to. If that makes any sense. The only way I've been able to describe it to people is think about being sick. And unfortunately, that's a physical thing to people, so it's easier for them to understand. But just think about being sick and you can't really get out of bed as easily. That's what mental illness is, except all the physical stuff isn't there. Technically, you're physically fine, but your brain is just like, no, I don't want to do it. You're going to stay in bed for an hour or two. There you go, JG. Working from home is a good idea. If I could find a job I might be able to do from home, I would. But yeah, this is about it so far. And again, there's very little income from this. Although the fact that there is any is very important because many of you know the legendary Jason Busey. He just comes in here every once in a while. It's like, hi, here's some money. Bye. Like, hey, thanks, man. That was awesome. I'll see you later. And he does that on, I think, every single Whiskey Tube channel, which is also amazing. He is a legend, as I say. There you go. So I don't think I'd be okay being self-employed, but I don't know how I'd make actual money. Like my father was self-employed or is self-employed / retired. Yes, and people have children. Like Aquavita, I think of what he has to deal with on a daily basis, although he works from home now too, I think. I've never had an office job. I don't know if I'd like it. I worked at a factory, and because I worked at a factory, and as I've said on other streams, my hearing is a little screwed up in this ear. I hear this loud, high-pitched sound. Not if I'm doing stuff, like right now, I'm distracted from it, but when I'm going to bed, it's the only thing I hear, even though it's not actually a sound, which is frustrating. We'll see. Tinnitus? It's bad. And I have a mild case as far as I understand it, but just knowing that for the rest of my life, I'm going to hear this high-pitched sound whenever it's quiet. It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all. And that's from being dumb and not wearing ear protection when you're standing next to a very loud clanging machine for a year. Ear protection is key. And I've said that before to people who go to spin classes and stuff. The loud music is not good for your ears. But as I said, it's not horrible, but just knowing it's there is unpleasant, especially when you go to sleep. That's when it's the most annoying. It does. It really does. It's one of those moments where it's one of the first moments in my life where I went to a specialist, like a doctor. And I was like, yeah, I have this weird ringing in my ear. And they just kind of went, oh, well, that's that. You better get used to it. It's like, what? You mean we're at 2021 and there's still no actual way for us to fix that problem? What the hell? I watched too much Star Trek. I want the little doctor to scan the thing and it's all better. When are we going to get to that point, I wonder? What I want to know. Oh, yeah. I think Roy had it too. He mentioned it once. But yeah, it's great. It's great fun. What's really scary, though, since we're on the topic, is that I only worked at that factory for 4 years. I only spent at least a year and a half next to the loud machine where I was actually standing next to it. And I can remember this ear was always facing the machine because I was doing something with my hands. And yeah, wishing I hadn't done that. But I can imagine the people who worked there for years and years next to those machines without proper ear protection. They probably have it a little worse than I do. And as I said, I'm fortunate that it's not that bad, but it's still there. And it's still extremely noticeable when you want to go to sleep. So when you want it to be quiet and the only thing you hear is like, not fun. But oh well. That's life, as they say. I can't pick up this glass properly. Oh. Still spicier now. Like. Still a lot of whiskey, though. One thing I really need to do, since we were talking about MGP earlier, specifically Eleanor. Right here. Isn't that sad? Like this much left. And I got the bulb in the bottom here. I could mix that in there. So I'm thinking about it, but I feel bad because it's an Eleanor. And I won't be able to get any more of this for a very long time. This was /is chapter 3. Still tastes good, by the way. Ugh. I don't know what to do now. I got so many little whiskey things. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I did. It's literally a Glencairn sippy glass because I don't feel comfortable picking it up with one hand anymore because there's too much in it. God, imagine how bad that would be. Oh, you know what? Someone said that about certain glassware. And I say someone, it was probably Rex and Daniel. I forget what it was called, though. It has a weird fat lip, which is like a sippy cup. Because it's got a double wall. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. Some of you are wondering what the hell I'm talking about. But the idea was that you wouldn't warm your whiskey or anything because it had an inner area and then an outer area. Supposedly for drinking bourbon. But now I can't remember what the heck it's called. And as usual, that's going to bother me. Yeah, that's exactly the feeling where I'm just kind of like, I can't get that again. I probably never will. I do have some, I think I have 2 Eleanor bottles at Crowded Barrel right now, but Northern Glass. Thank you, Hot Butter Rolls. I knew someone would know what the hell I was talking about. But supposedly that has a little fat lip. And I think that bothered Daniel from Whiskey Vault because it felt like a sippy cup. I'm going to double check that. I know that's what I said. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, the double wall, definitely. Felt like a sippy cup to some people. Oh, look, Amazon's telling me where I can buy it. Get out of here. One thing I don't need anymore is more glassware for certain. It is. I mean, I've never used it, but if something had a lip like that, where it felt like a sippy cup, I'd feel a bit weird about it, to say the least. Yeah. It's a nice idea, but It's just one of those things where it's a good concept, but the usage of it is going to have little weird quirks for some people. I've never seen one. I've never used one, but I don't think I'd want one. Again, I don't like big glassware. I don't like, unless it's for a rocks glass. Like part of what I do with a pour like this, if I ever got one, was add ice because it would dilute it. It would take a little longer to drink, but I'd also get a little water in there and I wouldn't feel like I was drinking a whole thing of whiskey all of a sudden. We'll see. We have all night. It's bourbon night and such, so I feel like I'm going to drink some of this, probably half, but that's probably it, truth be told. Unless I put it in on the rocks, which will make me drink it for slower and longer. It's about 2 a.m. Yeah. They aren't? Well, now I'm curious because Amazon wanted me to know things and I ignored it. I always do. I probably should get rid of the app I have on here. Because every time I search something on Google, it just happens to pop up saying, hey, guess what's on Amazon? And I told myself I'm not going to use Amazon anymore because that guy's richer than I will ever be in my whole life. If I lived 50 lifetimes, I wouldn't make as much money as he has. So fuck that guy. Congratulations to him and also fuck that guy. Oh, wait, I said a swear. I'm sorry. Cover your ears. Well, you're right. It's $35 on Amazon. Except they call it an old-fashioned glass. That's not quite right. That's not the New Orleans glass. What the hell? Oh. Oh, there it is. Nope, that's not one either. There's the dragon glassware too, which is pretty much the anxiety glass because it's tilted and rolls around. Trev, welcome. I'm tempted to. Trev, look what we achieved this evening. This is how much whiskey you drank yesterday, yes? Probably more, give or take. Ugh. 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 This chair. Ugh. They even have wooden glasses. What the heck? The hell? Oops. Jeff's causing trouble with streams. I was wondering what the hell was going on last night. Oh gosh, they're like $50. What the hell? Norland whiskey glass, $48. I don't think so. No, sir. Thanks for asking. No, thank you. I already have enough Glencairns to feed 12 people or more. What I like to say is Trev enjoys his time off, his downtime. Hola. This just makes me uncomfortable. It's good, but it's a lot. I just tasted strawberries on that. That was bizarre. I don't even know if it was real strawberries. Like strawberry gum. Oh, that was weird. And for those who were wondering, I mixed a bunch of stuff together, which is why that is such a giant pour. We mixed together Evan Williams Black Label, Woodford Reserve, Eagle Rare, and Wild Turkey 101. All into one glass. And apparently we got strawberry bubblegum or something. Somehow. It's magic. It's the magic of whiskey. It does things. Well, it smells good. Oh, it's good. Hacha. Well, I gotta say it's not bad, but I think I liked I think I like the Eagle Rare and the Wild Turkey 101 by themselves. And even the Woodford. But I am glad that the weird thing I got from Evan Williams Black Label is not showing up in this blend. That's gone. Whatever that smell / taste was that I didn't like is gone now. It's good. It's good as gone. Copita glass? I've seen those. I'm terrified I'm going to break those. Little stems. The one I thought about getting, only because I know I don't need any more glassware, is the... Was it the Copita? No, it wasn't. It was something else. It's called something else, and I've forgotten the name. And John, I do have a couple Irish that I haven't opened. But if there's anything you have in mind, let me know. Because I definitely am thinking about getting a bottle of Redbreast at some point. Because I'm out. I have been for far too long. What am I doing? Hang on. Like John, I have the Terraconal, which is something I just reviewed last week, which is okay, but it's a bit weird. It's a single malt Irish, finished in sherry, so it's definitely not like any Irish I've had before, or at least not in recent memory. I have West Cork, finished in bourbon cask. I have 2 gingers, which is only good for drinking as a mixer. For everyone who's curious, 2 gingers literally has a label on it for how to make a mixed drink. So that tells you all you need to know about their selling point. It doesn't really taste good. It's okay, but not great. Tullamore Dew I have over there that I haven't opened. I probably have to buy more Connemara soon, because I know I have that thing over there that's almost empty. But I don't have any Redbreast. I don't have any Green Spot. I don't have any Blue Spot because I can't even find that anywhere yet. I don't have I've never owned the Yellow Spot, but I did sample it at a bar. And so far, I think I like the Green Spot better. I have preferences, at least. Well, there's what I was looking for, but it disappeared instantly. The glass I was thinking of getting, emphasis on thinking, is the Tua glass. Supposedly it's an Irish whiskey glass. Tuath, except the U has a little accent above it. If anyone's interested in looking it up, it's called a Tua. But it's pretty much just a different kind of Glencairn. Sort of. It's got a little different top. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. The idea at the time of me actually getting that, and I'll show it just because I'm thinking about it, was I was going to do a humorous review because it has something on it. Where is it? The whole bottle unopened. But the key is, for the sports fans out there, the Boston Red Sox edition. And I was supposed to do this, I was supposed to open this last year just before baseball season started, but last year had different ideas for that because, you know, baseball wasn't really a thing as far as I remember. Thua? Yeah. Thua. Swallow a fly. Thua. If you can find the Yellow Spot, you can get it. I don't remember what the Yellow Spot is exactly. I know the Green Spot has different varieties out there. This is the 2018 Collector's Edition. Very fancy. Super fancy. Sorry for the noise. Okay. But yeah, well, if you look at the Tua glass, it's got kind of a stem on it And it's a little easier to hold, supposedly. Conical shape, nosing and tasting. It's an Irish Glencairn, pretty much. But it looks nice. That's one of the few glasses I would get just because it looks nice and reminds me sort of the one you mentioned or someone mentioned a minute ago. And I have to look back. Copita, Richie Z. Without the whole long stem thing, because I know me. I'm afraid to have wine glasses as it is, just because I'm afraid I'm going to break the damn things. I'm wondering how I pronounce this tuith. I know there's a correct way to say it, and I don't know what it is. It is. That's the funny thing, is that it's not a bad, recommendation. But as far as the sipper for just having the two gingers straight up in a Glencairn, not so good. But it's something I got to try, and it was something I never heard of. It was a gift from my mother, so that was nice of her to get that. But she definitely goes out and is more of a that looks interesting buyer rather than having any preconceived idea. She doesn't even drink alcohol, so. But she's also bought me a whole bunch of other stuff, like the 99 bananas. I don't think was her, but she got me a whole bunch of other samples that are sitting in my freezer for when I decide I want to hurt myself, I guess is the nice way to put it. A lot of weird things. I don't remember exactly what, but I'm pretty sure I took a picture of them not long ago. And I say not long ago, but that could have been 5 months ago. Now I got to find out because that's going to bother me. Gah. And if anyone's wondering, that song is still stuck in my head. It's like on repeat, and I can't turn it off. But it can be a little bonkers. Still a nice song. Still making me bonkers. Rewind. Oh, here we go. So, the nips that my mother got, and we call them nips up here if people didn't know that. There is a Jack Daniel's Fire, something called Yukon Jack, a pecan flavored something or other. I don't even know what that is. There's another one under here. I can't read the name. Picture's smaller than I want it to be. I don't need to like my own picture. Thank you. But yeah, weird stuff. Oh, JG, I see what you're doing. You're just getting one song in for another. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. It's true. Means no worries for the rest of your days. It's all problem free. A philosophy. Where are the two gingers? Hakuna Matata. Focus, damn it. Focus. Not on me. On the thing. Do the thing. There we go. There the two gingers are. As far as the recipe, if anyone's curious, to mix a big ginger, fill a Collins glass with ice. Pour 2 ounces, 2 gingers, whiskey. Top up with ginger ale. Wedge with both lemon and lime. Enjoy the greatness of 2 gingers. It says enjoy the greatness of 2 gingers flavor, neat, mixed, or over ice. Right under their mix for big ginger. So, okay. I don't know. I'm not even sure who makes this. Imported by Two Gingers Whiskey Company, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I still think it's Minnesota. That's an interesting story there, JG. I don't know if that's making me want to try it anymore. There you go. Doesn't take much, as we all know. Just takes a song Thankfully for me, it's either. Thankfully, Hakuna Matata is one that'll get stuck in there for a little while, but the other one keeps taking over for some reason. Who makes this? I assume it's Jameson people, but I honestly have no freaking clue because it doesn't really tell you. It's a screw cap, by the way. From the last independent distillery in Ireland. Which is what? Anyone know? Quiz, pop quiz. The last independent distillery in Ireland. Who is it? Because it says that instead of the actual name is what bothers me. I mean, that's the kind of information I don't like. It's just, it doesn't say what it is. It kind of vaguely implies what it is. What is on the bottle? Oh, you're saying what's on the bottle. I don't know what it says. It's in the freezer, as I said. It's one of the random flavored things that I was given at one point. The idea being that I would have it for something, as punishment for getting the tip amount of the evening, whatever that is, or the donation amount for the evening, whatever you want to call it. And that hasn't happened in a while, thankfully. At least not on purpose. I think the last time that did happen, Roy donated from Aquavita. He didn't even know that was happening. And then someone else donated the rest, and that was it. So, and that was, I think that was the two Evan Williams ones. I think it was like the cinnamon one and the apple one, and it was an apple cinnamon thing, and it was still not pleasant. Not as bad as 99 bananas, mind you, but not pleasant. Looking at my own Instagram here, looking at the steak I had last week. That was good. I would like a steak now, please. Thank you. If anyone wondering how the evening is progressing, this is how the evening is progressing. Still tastes good. It's spicier than it was when I first did that. It's evolving. It's becoming its own thing. I'm debating finishing this tonight on ice because that's the only way I think I'm going to be able to drink it slowly without it getting weird. But it tastes good. And again, this is something you can all experiment with if you happen to have Evan Williams Black, Woodford Reserve, Eagle Rare, and Wild Turkey 101. Mix them all together. See if you like them. I can't say it improved it to any extent. It's not horrible. It's fine. I mean, it's bourbony. Very bourbony. Yes. Oh. Yeah, that's what I was saying, JG, is that my mother will sometimes go out and buy samples, but only recently did I make it a point that whiskey has to be above 40% because she just buy whatever, minis were available. And some of them were that. Although I think Yukon Jack might have been above 40%, but I tried to explain that usually if it's below 40%, it's not technically whiskey anymore. It's something else. It's usually flavored, usually not great. Right? God. So the one thing that's sad about this whole past year, I guess, we're still in the whole year of it before coronavirus got out of hand. I think it officially started in March, maybe late February in America. So we're getting to the point where it's been around for a year, and most of us have been wearing masks that long, which is sucks. But as long as people are staying safe and not dead, that's good. But yeah, I gotta say, 2020 was probably one of the wildest rides I've been on in quite a while, and it's not over technically. It does feel fancy. And I will say I do usually. I think that's part of why they do that, is that they know you're going to keep it. Like I have Dalmore over here, back in its box. But if you were here last Friday, you will have found out that I don't like the taste of Dalmore or the smell of Dalmore. It's kind of gross to me. No likey. And I should say, the only thing that was bad about, not bad, but the one thing that was unfortunate about the last steak I had, which was on New Year's Day, you can check it out on Instagram, KIllco7, if you ever want to look. The steak I had was very good, but they didn't have baked potatoes yet because it was like really early in the day. It was probably just at noon when they just opened. So no baked potatoes were available, but I can get those on Friday nights / evenings, dinner time, if I want to. Yes, now we're all hungry. It's better than having songs stuck in our head. I ate something earlier, but it was quick. I think I had meatballs and pasta, which is good. But I could have something else. And all I had for breakfast was a muffin and coffee. Maybe I'll have more coffee. I'll put this in the coffee. No, bad idea. That would not help. Oh, nice. Taco Tuesday on Sunday. That sounds good. Again, things I miss. Having tacos, going out to eat, that kind of thing. Sitting at a restaurant without for fearing my life was in danger. That was nice. Those were the days. Now we know why the Roaring 20s happened, because there was a pandemic in 1918, and it didn't officially go away until 1920 with the Roaring 20s. Everyone went out again and had a good time. See, my problem is I can't go anywhere, but I do have some kind of burritos in my freezer. Oh, you know what I could do? And you know what I will do? And it's going to sound gross, but at least it will feel like an actual meal, sort of. Is I bought randomly something called Hungry Man. And it's a frozen dinner of some sort. Because why not? I forget what it even is. It's like chicken. But it comes with a dessert, so it's special. Full of sodium, I bet. And not very good for you, but again, it'll at least feel like I ate something good for dinner. The joys of singlehood and not being able to prepare food properly, usually, every day. It's great fun. Well, you know what? Since we were talking about saving boxes, I just realized that I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 different boxes with a bottle in it that are gone. Most of them are Irish. So in my view, I have Redbreast 12, the Listowel, Redbreast Cast Strength, and the 15-year. I have all the boxes with the empty bottles in it. Then I have the green spot and the red spot with the tubes that they came in, even though they're empty. Because those are really good. I enjoyed those. All Irish. And it's the older, I think it's the older design for the Redbreast. So if nothing else, that's worth keeping. Those were nice. Uh-oh. Damn. Well, that sucks, barn door. I mean, blah. Good. It's not just me, Richie Z. I grabbed that one on a whim because I've had them before, but it's been many years. And I'm sure I'm going to regret it later. At the very least, I'll have eaten something tonight. Ooh. It's that time, folks. We're coming to the end of the stream. I hope all of you have had a lovely time, and I'm going to go run over. I'm gonna go to the other tab for It's Bourbon Night, who starts in 5 minutes. I hope to see many of you there. I'm certain I will. I will be streaming again on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like, comment, and subscribe for whatever, all of these, if you want. It's been a pleasure. Lovely hanging out with all of you. I hate leaving when there are 10 people in here, but, you know, at least I can see you all next time. Until next time, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And slancha. I don't know how I'm going to finish all this, but yeah. Wish me luck, I suppose.